First of all, like, don't be ideological or romantic or gas each other up. Like, be practical.
Yeah.
Learn
that shit sucks.
Yeah. Do something you really like, not because you think there's money in it. All these kids chasing cryptocurrency or all this other stuff, they're in it for the money. They don't love it.
Yeah.
I love what I do, which is why I'm always successful.
Yeah.
And when I don't love it, I fucking start changing.
Yeah.
Like, love it, you know why? When you're coming from zero or not a lot, you have to work a lot.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that shit. You can make pretend you're an entrepreneur on Instagram, but like, if you start a business, you want to build an actual business. Yeah. You know, like you'd like it to be successful. And so, like, what are you good at? Are you good at sales? What are you selling? Like, what do you like? It's important. Scratch your own itch. I'm big on that. Like, I wish there was an ice cream that was peanut flavored with, you know, like I love when people make shit that they wanted. Love that. I call it scratch your own itch. Like, what would you like to exist that doesn't? It's a great idea for a business because you love it. And a lot of times that's why it pops. Spanx, Sarah Blakely, she drilled it. She was like, I need this. Fucking made it. A lot of other women needed it.
Yeah.
Listening. I think one of the things about social that's really incredible is you can listen.
Yeah.
So listening's good to figure out, like, because everyone's just, you know, posturing and fronting, you know? So, like, practical, patience. You're young, how old are you? You know, if you're like, cool, I want to start a business, you need to be like, okay, at 32, I can pull my head up. But everyone's like, at 25, I'm gonna make $1 million. That's what 24-year-olds do. That's what 99% of 24-year-olds lose.
That's true though. Cause I do say that too.
I say that too. I was like, my time
100%. And then all bad behavior. I was 28 years old packing boxes in a liquor store. That's my career. You got time, you know? I'm turning 43 in 2 weeks, like, and I feel like we're friends in the same age.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm not, but like, when you get there, you'll feel this way too. When I was 24, my cousin was 32, I thought he was dead. 100%, like, I remember it. You know, it's not that long, you know, your memories are good. You remember when you were 15, like, when I was 24, I thought 32 was ancient.
Yeah.
So I know what you're feeling, and I'm here telling you 42 is the same as 24. You know?
It is.
And when you realize that, you get patient. And patience has been a huge factor in why I've been successful. Yeah. If you try to take that quick bag, but it fucks up your brand, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, that's the same, yeah.
So the key is when things start popping like this, to almost triple down on being humble.
Yeah.
Like when I built my dad's liquor store from a $3 to a $60 million business, and I was paying myself less sometimes than the year prior, going out never. All these club guys that are like running shit in New York now, they like think I'm cool and we're friends. They're like, where were you? I was like, I didn't come to New York. They're like, but you were in Jersey. I'm like, I worked every Friday and Saturday night. They're like, no, like they don't even believe me.
Yeah.
Head down, make content, build community. I'd rather you literally lay in bed for 14 hours a day and and reply to every one of your DMs than almost anything else you would do. Yeah, investment's important. I think the economy is like super, super bloated, and so I think a lot of people can get caught. I think first things first is like core shit, like, did you want to buy a home? Did you want to like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't buy dumb shit, buy like the core shit. Yeah. Like a lot of kids and people that get put on, they'll buy like the vanity shit, and I'm like, don't do that. First, just get the core fucking thing you need.
Yeah.
Like, buying a home is like a real nice thing, like if you, especially, you know, like, so, yeah, investing's important, but I think right now a lot of people are gonna lose a lot of money on high risk investing, and you know, I think things like right now I'm obsessed with Facebook stock because it's down to 140. I'm like, oof, I'm super into it. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna invest in pretty soon here. I don't know, to be honest. I don't follow it enough to get, you know, as you can see, I really spit it if I know, but I'm real comfortable being like, I don't know. For me, it's Netflix, Amazon, Facebook, it's a wrap. So like, to me, I'm not scared to like invest in that long term, because I don't see the competitor that fucks with them yet.
Yeah, true.
But it's like tomorrow Walmart buys Twitter. I'm like, that might fuck with Amazon. You know, like, so it's always not, people try to guess or predict. Everybody wants to be like smart. Tesla's interesting to me because the thing with Tesla is like Elon's a genius, but he also doesn't give a fuck. And that's something scary to invest in. He's just out of control. And by the way, I love it. I'm the same way. That's why, like, I'd be weird to invest in.
Yeah.
I just might I might just retire tomorrow in garage sale. No, listen, he's over. You know what the problem is? And I don't intimately know this, but like, the thing that it seems with like Tesla, at least from the headlines I read, which is always dangerous, but like, the biggest thing that people get caught on is you can't get over leveraged. You can make, you know how much money MC Hammer made? And you could still be broke. If you spend 21 million.
Yeah.
So that's what some of these companies, and I don't know if that's the case with Tesla, but definitely startups why I stopped investing. They look good on paper, but like they're so over leveraged that if the economy fails and they can't raise more money, and you know, when you're losing money, you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's why I built a company that makes money. So that's how I think about a lot of investment right now is predicated on companies that lose money. So that's why, especially when you first get into money, it's like get an asset that you need, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know any of your stories, but like that's how I think about that. Me and my dad, more than me and my brother, and me and my brother very easily, but me and my dad, we just loved each other a hair more than the business and the money. And we always did what was right for the business. Like, dude, it's gonna be hard. If this really pops off, you guys are gonna have stuff. And the more you can talk about the stuff now, instead of making pretend it won't happen to you, the more likely you'll be able to get through it. Some of the late nights when you guys are grinding or traveling, instead of like just, you know, you have something good happen, you had an appearance from whatever, Good Morning America or like fucking a rap concert, like appearance, just taking that drive back and being like, yo, what's gonna happen when this really pops? Like when when an agent makes a call that doesn't feel right. Like just even starting to practice on when you're not gonna be aligned is a good idea. Like even just weird shit like, let's come up with here's a weird idea. Yo, let's make a pact, everybody puts their hands in. Every January 2nd, day after New Year's, we go out to this diner, even if we didn't talk with each other for the 6 months prior, because I'm being serious with you, because one of us stole money from somebody. Like, let's just play it out. By just doing that, you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Create a framework of truth that gives you a chance to have your relationship.
Yeah.
See where I'm going?
Yeah.
It's harder sometimes with friends, like it's friends and not family. You know what I'm saying? You can't let your dad, you know, not be your dad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really
Yeah, but you know what's funny? You pick your friends though.
Yeah, always.
You know?
Yeah.
I get you. And some people, depending on how they were raised and shit like that, like blindly or like can't, you know, have the worst mom and dad, but still like it's my mom and dad.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, you guys picked each other.
I look at it like this. My friends, it's so crazy. I was talking to my mom the other day, right? And I was telling her, my friends is like my family.
For real.
Because it's like we've been around each other for so long.
That trust is so real.
More than I'm around my family.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's never close.
Friends are real.
Yeah.
But money changes shit. And don't be naive. And that's okay. Somebody here's gonna fall in love. Girl's gonna like bring a new fucking, you know.
Look at me.
So, you know, like shit happens. Somebody's mom gets sick. Somebody felt slighted because in an interview you mentioned 3 of them, but not the 4th one. Like, and that's all of 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That
Nah,
shit.
it's real life, though. That's real life.
This is why like people fuck with me. I talk the truth. You've already laughed about 2 things that are actually already happening. Get ahead of it. Don't try to be tough guys and like suppress it because you're gonna get caught and you're not gonna have that friendship. Like you turn it. You know what it does? It makes you own the situation instead of the situation owning you. Because when it happens, then you're all back at the crib making a joke about fuck. We said this would happen. You fucked me up. I'm mad at you. And then you're like, I'm so sorry, kiss. Like you know, you own it instead of it owning you. Communication.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
One more question, Key. Would you employ your friends over outsider?
Always. I love employing friends. But, and since I was always top dog, I've always told friends, I'll fire you, I swear, because I'll help you get a job better, but you can't fuck up the thing.
Yeah.
And like, you can't be entitled.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a human and I may be wrong. Like, Boyd, I may decide that Boyd's better than D-Rock. I may be wrong, but this is my shit. You can go do your shit. So if you want to be employed here, I'm gonna try my best. I got love, I wanna all die together. But yeah, I mean, we started this company with like 7 friends. I took my assistant from Wine Library, the only person, and it was like 6 of AJ's friends, and we started. I love that shit. I'm very Jersey bad school, like I'm much more like that, right?
Yeah.
Old school shit. You know? Who's better? What's better than this?
Yeah.
But there's always gonna be that moment. And like the more you can start talking about it now, there's gonna be moments between people and you're like, oh fuck, who do I pick? You know, this shit.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just get ahead, talk more now. Cause it's gonna make it feel less, right?
Yeah, tense.
Same reason you laughed when I already like stumbled on one that's already happened. Let it be that.
Yeah.
Which one? Carmelo? It's my guy. I love Carmelo. I hate that he gets shitted on. Like you know, like he's real. He's also, my man. He's super smart. And people forget what Carmelo really was.
Yeah.
People forget about athletes when they get older.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a fucking
Beast.
beast. It's too strong for the league. It just was. Put that whole fucking Denver team on his back. Too strong for the league. And this is before super teams. Really easy to be a superstar when you got 4 other fucking superstars with you. For me, I talked earlier about underpriced attention and overpriced attention. The way you get those things is when the market doesn't understand itself. When people don't understand how underpriced Facebook is, they don't put money into it, thus the prices stay down. The most inefficient and misunderstood marketplace, in my opinion, is influencer marketing. Humans don't know how to price themselves. There are pretty people that have 400,000 followers on Instagram that want $30,000 a post. And there are other people with 5,000 followers who want 40 bucks. There are 400,000 person follower people that want 100 bucks. There are people with 500 followers that want $5,000. The inefficiency in influencer marketing is staggering. How many people here, by show of hands, and you guys have been pretty bullshitty with your hands, I don't know what's scaring you, but go high. How many people here sell an actual product, physical? Raise your hands. A lot. Every single person, one more time, hands in the air, all of you that have your hands in the air should have a significant influencer marketing strategy. Literally DMing people on Instagram and asking them how much they would charge you to take a picture holding your physical product and tagging your page. It is massively inefficient, which is, I love when people are like, Gary, how do you scale it? By DMing more people, fuckface. There's no machine or algorithm, just get nice and cozy and DM people and ask them one by one if they're willing to do it. I often find that the biggest upsides often is scaling things that are not scalable. Scaling things that are not scalable comes from sheer effort and time. And so one more time, I just want to get the physical, selling a product physically. If I was your partner, buddy with the hat, selling physical, I would spend 30 to 50% of my overall marketing budget on influencer marketing. It's so inefficient. And if you're lucky enough that your product you sell directly on your Shopify or Amazon, like you can see it, you don't even have to guess. You literally run either codes or just isolated time slots for certain influencers, and you can see what the return on the investment is. There's been many influencers that we bought that we weren't sure, and then we bought 50 times over because their audience was converting, because they had an authentic audience. I couldn't be more passionate about it, and it is wildly underpriced in this market down here. It's underpriced everywhere, but we've even debated opening a VaynerMedia office in Australia just on the back of really influencer marketing, because it's so underserved in the marketplace, and I highly recommend you take a deep look at it. Another thing that is unbelievably underpriced in this market and globally is keyword and AdWord Google searches and then retargeted on YouTube pre-roll video. So imagine a scenario where people search on Google for curtains or a financial advisor. And how many people here have done Google advertising in their careers? Raise your hands. Perfect. So a lot of you know it was an incredibly powerful platform because it was intent-based. If they were searching for it, that means they were interested in it, and it would convert. And a lot of you did extremely well with it because it converted highly. Much easier to be good at Google at first than Facebook at first. Facebook is branding, Google is selling. Very different game. Selling is a hell of a lot easier in the short term, which is why people like it. Branding and marketing takes time, which is why people bail on it. The problem is Nike and Adidas and Coca-Cola, that's branding. Our bullshit businesses is selling. You understand? But there is a combination of selling and branding that is super powerful, and it plays out on Facebook, but it also plays out on YouTube. YouTube, for everybody that doesn't know, is the second biggest search engine in the world. For people like me that can't read for shit, when you want to go on YouTube and hear it or watch it visually, you understand it, it's incredibly powerful. But besides that, what's unbelievable is there is a way for you to actually target people that search on Google for something. Let's use my old world. They search for Margaret River Cabernet on Google to buy. 3 days later, they go on YouTube to watch a video of how to hang a picture on their wall, and the pre-roll YouTube video goes, "Hey, are you in the market for Margaret River Cabernet?" And then you're like, "Holy fuck, they're spying on me." Because you fuckers forget that you searched for it 3 days ago on Google. For me, when I thought about this talk and coming here today, I said to myself, look, there's 3 or 4 things that are just black and white tactics that if I get people to actually do, they will feel benefits. It's funny how I think about marketing no different than fitness. People are always far more interested in finding some rare fucking fruit deep in the Amazon that they can eat that makes them lose fat than actually fucking working out and eating healthy, dick. Like, you're far more excited to buy some fucking pill that was found in Saturn and brought back than you are to do the very basics. It's super stunning. Eat healthy and work out every day. It's super basic, but nobody wants to actually put in the work. I've literally spent the last 30 minutes giving you 3 to 4 basic things that are real as fuck. 99% of you, even though all of you wrote little notes, are not gonna do shit about it. You're gonna write it down, you're gonna say, yeah, this is, you know what, I've heard him say it a bunch, this is the time, I'm definitely gonna go back and do that. And then next Thursday happens, and something good or bad happens in your business, and you completely put this talk on the shelf. Let me be very clear with you. In October of 2018, in Australia, if you run Facebook and Instagram ads against 30 to 50 different pictures and videos against whatever you're trying to accomplish in your business, it will work. Let me make it perfectly clear for you. In October 2018, if you spend 5 hours a day going to direct messaging influencers that could possibly sell your product and getting 1/3 of them, 8% of them, to agree to post a picture holding up your product and tagging your product, it will work. Let me make it perfectly clear for you. In October of 2018, if you run pre-roll YouTube video against search query on Google of whatever you're trying to do in this room, it will work. Now I just need to ask you why you're not doing it. Because if you've come to this conference to see me speak, you've heard this shit 40 fucking thousand times. I can't wrap my head around it. I can, because I watch it every day. It's human behavior, I see it. But the reason I get passionate to keep doing this is I've learned sometimes it just takes that 19th time and you actually sitting in the audience to do it. Bless you. What really, really shocks me though, and what really excites me as being in the, like this is my spiel in America, the most advanced competitive market for all of my concepts. The fact that everything I just told you is disproportionately even more exciting here, the reason we opened up a London office for Vayner, the reason we're opening up Singapore next February, the reason I keep going global is it's like going into a fucking time machine. Like it's working better here, it's cheaper here. Because the bigger companies here are even slower than the big companies in America. So the big money's not in. You need to take advantage of this. You are going to regret it. You're gonna regret it. And let me tell you this is a good segue. An incredible, random fucking thing that I can tell you to do is to go volunteer at a retirement home one day this year. A very random thing that can fundamentally change your life business-wise. Let me just not even go human. In your business, is go and volunteer in a retirement home once for 5 hours. Let me give you the preview for the 99.9% of you that won't do that. You will see human beings with regret in their eye. And I promise you, for whatever scary shit you've seen, abuse, murder, scariest shit you've ever seen, there's nothing scarier than to stare a human being in the face who understands she or he fucked up and there's no going back. Regret. There's macro and micro regret. Macro regrets of who you married, what you didn't do, and there's micro regrets. And in the context of this talk, the micro regret in a business world is you're sitting on a golden goose. It will take you 5 to 7 hours to Google it to figure out how to run a Facebook ad. And please, Melbourne, please do me a huge favor. Do not hire your 22-year-old niece and think she's gonna know how to do it. Just because she grew up with this shit and you didn't. I love when people, Gary, but you know, I didn't grow up with this shit. Neither did I, dick. I'm 42, I didn't grow up with this. And let me tell you something else. You didn't grow up driving and you figured that out. This is something you have to learn. You wanna have a business? You want your side hustle? Like, I love when people, like, do people understand how hard it is to live your life for yourself on your terms and make money? Have we had the right conversations yet about this? To live as your own boss and make enough money to have a good life that's a 1% thing in our society, and everybody has this level of entitlement, and especially now, trust me, I'm feeling it, I'm the beneficiary of it, but now that we've made entrepreneurs cool, the whole thing's totally fucked. Everybody thinks entrepreneurship's so easy. This shit is super hard. It's super hard to be good enough to make that kind of money. Because even though the internet's here and everybody in this room has the chance to do it, the problem is the internet's here and everybody here has a chance to do it. And supply and demand takes over. I love people who are like, Gary, but my content, it's not doing well, but it's because people don't get it. I'm too ahead of the curve. No, you're not, Ron. You just suck. You're not ahead of shit. The market is the market is the market. You have 39 views on your YouTube, it means you suck. It means it's not interesting. Or it means that you're early. So many people are like, Gary, I'm lost. You're not lost, you're 27. You've just started. This is a long game, and the opportunity is substantial. But there are two very important things. The world, my friends, let me break it down very simple for you. The world plays in the middle, and all the action is in the edges.
I run a construction company with my husband.
Amazing.
I have 2 sons.
Yes.
And one thing that I'm super passionate about is men's mental health.
Yes.
Because it is a massive problem. The construction industry is massively overrepresented in New Zealand for suicide. And one thing that I'd really love to do is create space. Create space for these emotionally stunted men,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
With the inability to
Good news,
talk.
there's just as many as emotionally stunted women.
Great, absolutely.
It
yes.
is.
And look, and we need their help too as
Everyone
well.
needs it.
But with more and more people looking in these,
Yes.
rather than looking at each other,
Yes.
how do we create that space? What does that look
That's got a much better chance of doing it than looking at each other, because looking at each other is how we got here. We demonize, yes, you're demonizing the new and you're putting the old on a pedestal. How the fuck do you think we got here? That thing is exposing us.
Yeah.
Do you know why Me Too's happening? Do you know why this? It's wonderful. This is the best because you can't hide.
Yeah.
Harvey fucking Weinstein can't hide anymore.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna fix this. This is the great era of taking a perceived step back for 2 steps forward. We're suffocating. What we have to do now is not overcorrect. So as a mom of 2 young boys and caring about this, you want to make sure, one thing we have to be careful of is not going too far and not letting boys be boys a little bit. And that doesn't mean
No.
there's a big, but where I go with that is not harassment. Harassment, put in jail, kill them, fine. I'm going to the place where I see too many people go too far, which is eliminating winning and losing. Right? Like 8th place trophies are destroying America.
No.
Like America's already lost to China. It's already happened. We just got to go through the motions now. But good news, that thing's helping. It seems like it's not because they're in it. Somebody leaves a bad comment. They get sad. You can see everything now. But kids were like always getting picked on and doing things. Like the key to all of this is building self-esteem. What that woman from the former Soviet Union said to me, or from that heritage, that meant a lot to me. I am absolutely desperately ambitious to instill self-confidence. If you notice when I put out certain pieces of content, I make content for you to pass to the person that you fear. I make content with the thought that you're actually gonna pass this to your brother or father or sister or mother, because I wanna have that conversation with that person, because nobody negative can ever beat me.
If you were to die tomorrow,
Yes.
and thinking about your life, what do you wish you would have done more of and less of?
That's a really, really, really good question. More of. Probably, at least at this second, I wish I would have gone to more garage sales. It's really interesting, and this is just fucking truth. And for some reason, my father-in-law sent me the paragraph that Steve Jobs wrote on his deathbed, right? And it was the best. I was so pumped reading it 2 days ago. I feel nothing like him. I don't have regret. I'm not chasing money, right? I do what I want to do all the time. I'm a workaholic. My answer is not, I wish I spent more time with my family. It's just not true. I have no interest in bullshitting you. I have no interest in pandering to the current state of political correctness of how people look at things. I am this way because I'm so happy. I'm sure there's something, it's almost weirdly less about, for me, if I became terminally ill, I'd be disappointed because I feel like I have so much to give for the next 50 years. That's where my head would go. My selfishness comes in selflessness. That's why
That's very honorable.
Yeah, it's just, I wouldn't regret anything. I'd be like, fuck, that's bullshit. All these fucking assholes are living longer. I fucking had shit to give. That's where my head goes. I'm so grateful for the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing and talking about what I'm talking about because I'm only fearful of regret. That's why I want, sometimes people that follow me the most, go work at guys, 1 volunteer day at a retirement home will change your life. Youngsters, I see a bunch of you youngsters, 1 day. It's a nice thing to do. Just nice. All your friends will be like, what the fuck, it'll be weird. But it will change your life. Because when you see regret in somebody's face, you never unsee it. And so, I'm really going at it like the way, I feel real good about it. It's a really powerful feeling, as you can imagine.
I hope you understand that you provide a lot of confidence to a lot of people worldwide.
Thank you for saying that. And I really want to. I really go after these tough subjects. Like, it's not fun to come on stage and say, go tell your mom to go fuck herself. That's not exciting to me. I understand how that comes off to some people, but I'm very passionate about self-confidence because it makes everything else roll. You guys, your strength is your uniqueness. I watch all of you try to make the same vanilla content on Instagram that everybody else does. Meanwhile, I'm putting up pictures of me holding Papa fucking Smurf. Like, uniqueness is your strength. Thank you for that. That was very nice.
So as you said before, attention is one of the main key players at the moment.
Forever.
Forever.
Just so you know, forever. Yeah. The newspaper, the television, smoke signals, when people lived and looked up, forever. Attention is the asset.
So pretty much in my personality, I'm originally from South Africa, we're really in your face most times, so I don't have an issue getting people's attention. But building influence within our business and across the platforms, most people walking these days with heads down, cell phones down, listening to music. How do you break, or how do you get that attention in that first 60 to 120 seconds that it means this person's going to listen to me and not walk past, or this business is actually going to take me seriously? When it's actually direct contact, not just advertising.
I totally understand. It's the right question. You do it by putting out 100 pieces of content and letting the volume figure it out for you. That's the real answer, right? The reason I've gotten good is I've been putting out content at scale since 2006 in an insane way. Like, and so you start learning. If you make 800 different pieces of content on LinkedIn because you're in a B2B environment, the 800 piece of content is going to be more strategic than the first.
Correct.
It's like anything. You know how bad you were at kissing the first time you kissed someone? Yeah.
Don't even want to think about it.
So, you just get better. You get better. And so I think that you have to put out content. But the reality is, just like you said, everyone's down here, the way you even said it excites me. I'm like, exactly. Right? Shit changes. You want to read something amazing? Like, this is just interesting. If you want to shit on technology, if you're one of those people, go read the earliest articles of the Kaleidoscope. If you read it and you didn't know you were reading about the Kaleidoscope, you would literally think that they were writing about the iPhone. Kids were going to get ruined because they weren't going to look at the real world because they were fucking walking around like this. It's amazing. So, yes, that's where it is, and you practice, right? And but I will tell you this, and you'll appreciate this. I'm not great at growth hacking. Like, we didn't figure out the first 3 seconds. We don't, obviously I told you that, hey, Mexico, we've got some stuff, but I've won on stake. You get people to listen to you when you're good. Yep. So put out your expertise. I think if you can help people have the people that know them the closest and best tell them the truth, if you really feel like you're not pumped and you want to get a read on you, you should spend all your time getting the people that most interact with you, coworkers, friends, family members. You should spend 6 months making them know about a date that we're all going to get together on, and the only thing you want is for them to tell you the truth. Mom, just this one time, tell me the truth. And then you don't have to anymore, you can always make me feel better, but this one time, tell me the truth. I think that to me is that's why I love the internet, because people can hide behind their avatars and their icons, so they spit more truth. Social media hasn't changed us, it exposed us. So that's what I'm looking for. I think truth starts it. That's why I love being in pure markets. Got it?
So build up the trust of people around you and...
But not trust. Give them a safe place to tell you the truth.
100%.
Got it?
Got it.
It's not about getting them to trust. It's about, you have to tell, I'm unhappy. Now tell me what I'm good and not good at from your perspective. Collect it from 30 people. See if there's themes. What people are unbelievably good at is not realizing that people actually know. Guys, you're not tricking anyone. You're not. And the only people you're tricking are bigger losers than you. I mean it.
you're not tricking anyone who's winning. It's very important because that's where we play safe. We think we have a good facade. We know that alcoholics are bad at tricking people. We don't know that emotionally insecure people are not. Got it? That's a conversation we need to start having.